Hello there, welcome to the Project Panner Tag 2022. I'm Iris at Beauty Bees, and I've been panning for about 2 years, semi-officially on YouTube. I've been panning on my own time for a few years before that. This tag is currently going around the Project Pan community. I saw this on Misty's channel, and I saw it on J Loves Makeup's channel. I will have both of those ladies linked down below. The original creator of this tag is Ruth Foley, who, again, guess what? I will have linked below. Let's get into the 11 questions with the easiest product type to pan. And I would have to say that would be a really lightly tinted lip balm or lip gloss, the kind of thing that you can kind of put on throughout the day without even realizing it. Those types of items where you can just almost thoughtlessly be at your computer, say, oh, my lips are a little bit dry, apply, no mirror involved, no fuss involved, and even if there was a little bit left over on your lips, it's not going to be messy. Those kinds of items I can just fly through, and we'll talk a little bit more about one of those in just a couple of questions. The hardest category to pan, on the other hand, would for me be probably bronzer. I think that the second category, though, would be foundation. And I think the foundation thing might be very specific to me because I'm stuck in a bit of a weird cycle with foundation where every once in a while I'll just look at my face, or I'll go through a phase and I will see any redness on my chin or around my nose, or I will have more breakouts than I usually do, and I'll be like, I need a foundation. I'm gonna start wearing foundation regularly. My skin's a mess. Whatever. And then I get the foundation, and I use it for a few days, and I'm like, wait, I hate foundation. This is awful. And then I kind of end up having it sit in my collection for 2 years, and I'll use it every once in a while. And then eventually I will decide it's expired, throw it away, say, I don't need foundation, what? And the cycle continues. So yeah, I've never finished a foundation, but I have hit pan and a bronzer, so I guess that foundation for me is the hardest. That was a nice circular way of talking around the question. I will try to keep things a little bit more direct going forward, but let's look at number 3, a product that you blew through. See, I promised that this was coming. A product that I blew through twice, actually, is the Tarte Lip Quench. I will put up a picture of this product because I don't currently have any. These are like a slim format lipstick that is, I wouldn't even say that sheerly tinted. It's like a sheer to medium level of color payoff, but it's quite moisturizing and it's a very soft bullet. I flew through one of those in the span of maybe like 7 or 8 weeks, and I loved it. I thought it was great. I just thought that the price per use wasn't really there because, I mean, they're not super inexpensive. I think they're right around the $20 price point, but I'd gone through it in 6 weeks. So when I saw another one as part of a set and the set itself was on sale, I decided to purchase that, and I went through that one even faster in like 4.5 weeks after I told myself I was going to ration it. So yeah, and even though I did that twice, there's still a part of me that really wants to buy another one. It's a really nice formula. It just goes so quickly. Number 4, a product that you lost the will, it took so long. I don't think this has ever happened to me. I am really stubborn. Now, what I have done is decluttered an item from a project because I don't see any point in hate panning something or using a product that isn't doing anything for me. Like if it's, say, a hair product that I'm realizing I see no difference when I use versus I don't, I'm probably not going to use it up just for the sake of panning it. I'm probably just going to either declutter it directly, you know, throw it away, or offer it to someone in my family, see if they want it. I don't give up on my project pan items though. I am probably stubborn to a fault, but you know, it's gotten me this far. Number 5, a product that you will not let beat you. And going off of number 4, that's kind of all of my products, but specifically 2 that really pop out at me are first this Tarte Park Avenue Princess bronzer. Now I've had this for, let's see, I could probably work out how old this is actually. I've had this for 5 years probably, maybe 6. I haven't panned in this product. That's actually been a pretty recent development. I think that's been within the last 2 months or so. And I am determined that I'm going to finish this. My goal is to finish it in the year 2022, but if in the year of our Lord 2022 I do not finish this, I will carry it into 2023 or 2024 and so on and so forth until it is dead. I will win. Trust me. Another product is one that was in my project pan last year. I think this is one of few, maybe the only one product that I actually rolled over from last year's project. And it is this matte purple in the NYX Ultimate Utopia palette. My goal in that project was just to hit pan in these 4 shades, this row, and I got nowhere close on that purple, but I have a tiny little dip going on in it now. I think you can even see it on camera, which is exciting. It was a very long slog with this product of using it and not being able to show any progress whatsoever all year last year, but I'm going to hit pan in this thing. It will not beat me. Question number 6. What is the easiest eyeshadow formula, matte and shimmer? So I think the real overall answer to this is anything liquid. I find liquid eyeshadow goes quite quickly. I have used up, you know, those tubes of liquid eyeshadow within 20 uses, and I've seen quite a few other people who have gone through entire tubes of liquid eyeshadow in, you know, 30 to 40. That seems to be pretty standard across a variety of different brands. But if we were talking about more powder-ish shadows, I think that for mattes, the old Lorac formula definitely pops out at me. I had a pink champagne palette from Lorac. It was an Amazon exclusive, and this was ages ago. I got this when I was, I think, like a junior in college. I think I bought it for myself for like my 21st birthday. And I went in on that palette and I hit pan relatively quickly, and I think all of the matte shades, the shimmer shades took a little bit more work, and I also multitasked the shimmer shades, but hitting pan in those matte shades, which were quite powdery, was an absolute breeze. Now for shimmer shades, definitely the easiest product to hit pan in are these ColourPop Super Shocks. Now I'm showing you one that I don't have pan in, but if I wanted to, I know full well that I could just swirl my finger in this for a minute, press down a little harder than I usually do, and I would have pan. I mean, I think you can kind of see that ring that ColourPop Super Shocks and really a lot of eyeshadows have in them. And I've only probably used this shadow 4 times. Now, the hardest eyeshadow formula to pan is, to me, quite a bit of a harder question than the last one, because there's a lot of formulas that I've never hit pan on. But as I was thinking about this, there were 2 single shadows that I have in my collection that just kept coming to mind. The first is the matte formula. And now I only have one, well, I actually only have one from each of the brands we're going to talk about. But I only have one Natasha Denona shadow. This is Camel. I got this as some kind of point perk from Sephora. And I have used this shadow 27 times, I believe. It was either 27 or 28. I looked it up right before this video and told myself I could remember, but alas. Anyway, there is the tiniest little dip going, but I am 70 uses away from hitting pan probably. But it might not be as dire a situation as the next eyeshadow that we're going to talk about, which is the shimmer shadow that I've had the hardest time hitting pan on. I feel like I hissed a lot during that. The shimmer shadow I've had the hardest time hitting pan on is from Tarte. Now this is the shade Pinup, and when I counted up my use on this shade, I have used this 66 times. And I will often use this as a cheek highlight. So there are times that I'm using this where I'm actually using quite a bit of product. This isn't, say, something that I just use in a very targeted way in my inner corner. No, I use this. I go in on this product. And there's a dip. There is. Am I anywhere close to hitting pan? No, I'm going to be well over 100 uses on this product, I think, before I hit pan. And that's absolutely wild to me. Just crazy. They just keep going and going. Like, the Energizer Bunny has nothing on these eyeshadows. Number 8 is the best alternative to pan a product more quickly. And I don't really see the point of this. I do multitask my makeup, but when I multitask my makeup, for example, we were just talking about this a minute or two ago. When I use this on my cheeks, it's because I don't have a highlight that's super similar to this. This is like a white with gold and sort of a rose gold reflect to it. I don't have a highlighter that behaves like that. Or it'll be just because it's easy, you know, if I have a bronzer out and I'm not doing a whole lot of eye makeup, yeah, that bronzer might get thrown in my crease, even though I probably do have similar eyeshadow shades, but I don't know, I don't tend to multitask for the purpose of using a product. So I don't feel like I have a lot of useful insight to give on this category. Number 9, my best project panning tip or trick. And if I had just one tip, it would be to be flexible. It's just makeup. It's nothing that special. It's not worth stressing out over. If something doesn't work for you, just get rid of it. Yes, the waste is not ideal, but first, we don't live in a perfect world. I hope no one expects themselves to be perfect. And you're not somehow atoning for over-purchasing lipstick by finishing that one lipstick you hate. Again, makeup isn't anything special. It's just one small piece of plastic. Throw it out or give it away and move on. Number 10, what has project panning taught you? I feel like this is probably going to be everyone's answer, but how long it takes to finish products. It is wild to me just how long it takes to finish a blush. If you had asked me before I started project panning, but you know, while I was still familiar with makeup, I probably would have told you that it took around a season, maybe 6 months to finish a blush. But no, it takes ages. I think, well, we're going to get to this in just a second, but I finished 2 mini Tarte blushes, and each of them took me close to, if not a little bit over, 2 years. And with both of them, I used them in my crease occasionally just because they were, both pretty pinks to use in my crease. I didn't have more than a couple of other blushes. In fact, with at least one of them, it was the only blush I was using, the only powder blush I was using for months. And it still took me years. Incredibly slow process to pan honestly about anything, but especially blushes, bronzer, highlight. I don't know why, but I just always assumed that because magazines talked about buying new blushes for spring or for summer, that meant that you would finish that product in, roughly that period of time. You would finish it in 3 months, maybe 6 months if you were pushing it, but nope, I was very, very wrong on that. And then finally, number 11 is a bonus question, and this is the item that I am most proud of panning. And we talked about this earlier, but I have finished 2 of these mini Tarte Amazonian clay blushes. The one that I have to show you today is not panned quite clearly. This is the shade Quirky. It was the Tarte birthday gift through the Tarte website last year, and I think also the year before, but I got mine I guess in April of last year, and I do rather like it. I'm just showing this one for comparison. I'm not what I sometimes call a trophy hunter in the panning community. I don't just keep my empties really past the end of the month or the next update for whatever project I have. But yeah, I finished 2 of these. I finished the shade Harmony most recently, and then I had Party, the shade of many A's. That was the Sephora birthday gift ages ago, I think back in 2017. I finished both of them. I'm super happy to have finished those. They both, like we said, took years of focused efforts, and I've kind of accepted that I'm probably not going to finish this one, because the great thing about both Party and Harmony for me was that they could be nice everyday blushes. This one, Quirky, is just a little bit bright for me, my skin tone, and my personal taste. And with that, we have reached the end of the tag. Thank you so much to Ruth for putting this tag together. I really enjoyed doing it, and if you are interested in doing this tag, I hope you will, and I hope you will let me know that you did, because I would love to check it out. Thank you again for watching. Please consider liking and subscribing if you enjoyed, and I hope that I will see you all in the next one. Bye!